Let me come to the next session. In this session, we are going to talking about the React JSX, where JSX stands for XML. JS means JavaScript and X stands for XML. Now, how we are doing here is just we are adding the JavaScript in React. When you add a JavaScript in React, it will become as JSX. Directly, we can't use the JavaScript inside that one. But what is the beauty of that JS and JSX? Let's we see. Normally, JSX will be stands for JavaScript XML. Now, what will allow here is normally in JavaScript, what you are doing, we are creating an variable, right? So where a equal to 10, directly we are using like this. But here, if you want to be add that a equal to 10 in any one of our HTML element like paragraph or division, what we are doing, we are calling that document dot get element by ID of that particular paragraph or division ID. In that ID, we are passing as that the JavaScript variable into that ID. That is document dot get element by ID of that paragraph ID. That paragraph ID, for example, P equal to A. That A equal to is a JavaScript variable and we are assigning. But here the beauty of JavaX code is directly we can use that HTML tags. Directly if you want to use some expressions inside that HTML, that also we can possible to use it. So if you see this example, const L equal to the H1 tag, but it look like as an HTML code, and also this is a JavaScript, right? And this is HTML. This is HTML and this is JavaScript, similar to that. But neither this line of example is not a HTML, not a JavaScript. It is nothing but JavaScript XML. So directly we can use it. And one more beauty here is, if you want to be basically write any line of script in React, it will be created as, we need to create as a React elements. When we call as a React element means, see this example. This is one example of React element. So like we already know the syntax of render. The render syntax is the first parameter itself as a element. So whatever the React element you have created here, we can pass this ELE as the first parameter for render method in React. Okay. Now coming to a JavaScript expression. So previously we have seen that element. Now if you want to be add JavaScript expression in JSX, now you need to use the curly braces. Example. Now here I'm saying an example, constant name equal to learner. Now this learner is going to assign to value of this one assigned to name. Now I'm going to creating an React element. So please use the proper terminologies when you are calling that way. It is not a constant element. It is a React element. Now this is a JavaScript element over here. Now this React element inside this one in the tag hello, I'm just using the curly braces to use that JavaScript variable. There is a JavaScript variable here is a name. So if you want to be used in the React element, the JavaScript expression, we need to first of all use the curly braces. In that curly braces, whatever the variable you want of the JavaScript, you can directly use it. So if you are using that JavaScript variable inside a React element, then it is called as JavaScript expression in JX using React. Now, the same element we are going to using as the first parameter for render. So directly you can use this code and practice over there. Now, this is how this element, this is a React element using JavaScript expression. How you can be say that expression? Here you are using this expression, that expression name equal to learner or name equal to 5 plus 5 or whatever you can use it. But if you want to use that expression inside the React element, we need to use the curly bracket. See another example of this second example. In the example 2, we are using the conditional statement. Normally, we know the conditional statement if else like this. But we can also use in JSX the if conditions. Also, we can use, instead of that if condition, we can use the ternary. Example, see in the previous example, I am using that name equal to just learner. Now here, I'm going to just using let I equal to 1 or any variable. Now element equal to, in this React element, in this one, I'm just using the ternary operator. Or you can also use the if conditions as well. If I equal to 1, then display hello world, or else it display false. This is another second example to use conditional statement. Previously, we are using normal JavaScript element. Now, normal JavaScript conditional statements also we can use in the React element. See the example 3. In the example 3, what we are doing is a large bulk of block of HTML code where can be added in the React element. So the React element here is my element. Now this is the block code. The unordered list, I'm just displaying as a list: apple, banana, and cherries. This is the block of things we can also use as an React element inside the with the help of JSX. Now coming to the next part of this one is attribute. So we can also use the attributes in the JavaScript XML. How we can be uses like class equal to class name. So if you see the story of this one, already we can use the class attribute as a reserved word. In JavaScript, already we are using class is a reserved word for specifying it is a class. But instead of this one, in this JSX, we are rendering the JavaScript. So definitely Java X also be calling class as a reserved word. So instead of that, what we are doing here is, if you want to use attributes in JavaScript script XML, JSX, we can use the class name. Directly, we can use the attribute class name instead of class. Example, if you want to use the string literals attributes, class name equal to, you can use in the double quotation anything, like a double quotation hello world, maybe anything. Like the example here is first attribute. If you want to use an expression as an attribute, use the class name. Class name is must and should to specify the attribute name. We can also use the variable in the var name, that is the expression, how previously we have used it. But you need to use the curly braces. So we can use the attribute, we can assign the string values to the attribute. We can also assign an expression to this attribute. So how we can be represent attribute in JSX is with the help of class name keyword. Now, make a note of this before concluding the JSX. We have a lot of things we can use it. Already, most of you are aware about the JavaScript much better. Just only a few things are going to be adding how we can make as that JSX. So, and also we can have use our custom attributes with the help of data hyphen. Hope you remember in local storage, we can also in the web technology, in the local storage, we can also use the data hyphen attributes to customize our attributes to specify the custom attributes. Now, previously you are using class name here, but if you want to use the customized attributes, you can use data hyphen, use the name of the attribute. User defined attribute, like sample attribute is a user defined attribute. So data hyphen sample attribute, you can assign that string literal, or you can assign any other literals over to this one. So how to mention the custom attributes is with the help of data hyphen followed by the user defined variable. And how to represent the comments in JSX is with the help of like same, like slash star and ends with star hash. Okay, hash star ends with star hash. Now, if you are using any HTML elements inside the React element, you must and should have care has to taken to close the empty elements. Like how we need to close the empty element is like slash greater than symbol. That is right angular bracket. So see an example. My element equal to, if you want to end of this element, you need to be end with like this. So already have studied in HTML. The same it is repeating. Now, not only ternary operator, but also we can use the if statement, if so on so. Like this, we can also be used over here in the JavaScript XML. So in this session, we have seen what is the purpose of JavaScript XML and how we are defining that and how we are using JavaScript XML inside the React element. This is one best example. The second example, third example, like different examples also we can use. Not only we can use this, and but also we can use the attribute in JavaScript XML to define the React element. Okay. So that's about the JSX over here.